Hey guys, welcome to Surf and Show. I'm Noel Salas, and today's surfboard review is on the Raven by Haydenshapes. Now this is a signature pro model for Dion Agius. I've got two stock 5/8s. This one's Futures and this one's FCS2. They're both coming in at 25.2 liters. I'm 5'9" and 160 pounds. This is going to be a great review. Sit back, get your favorite drink, enjoy the show. So let's start with the board attributes. Now the Raven's pretty simple and straightforward. I want to start with the rail. When I hold it in my hand, I would say it's medium, but it's a tad on the fuller side. Now I am seeing good foam up in here towards the center of the deck, so it is a little bit domed, but because the rail's a little bit fuller, that would be the opposite of a really pinched or tapered rail. So a tapered rail, if we were looking at it in my hand, it kind of looks like it's a bit lower. So the apex of the rail is a little bit lower, so it gives you more bite. I would say this is more forgiving, right? But it likes to be on rail, and it gives you that traction. Now, it's a good paddler because it has all that foam under here. For a board that fits the daily driver / high performance shortboard for 3 to 6 foot surf, I feel like it carries good speed and good glide. Now, I want to talk a little bit about rocker. We've got a low to medium entry with medium exit. And on the concaves, it's running a pretty simple single to double to a very, very slight V out the tail. It's so slight, I can barely even feel it. And the double concave is starting right in here. Now, if you follow the show, you know that I've reviewed quite a few of the Haydenshapes boards in his range. And I would say what separates the Raven from the rest that I've reviewed is this board really likes to carve, and I believe you're going to see that when you watch more of the footage. Now I want to talk about the fins I chose, and this is my fin design. We're calling it the Momentum Series Rake template. Now I put some waves together for you just right in this setup right here. Check it out.
Just slipping away that I got my shot and then I gave it away. I can't believe everything that you say because I know you're probably like that anyway. And she said, oh baby, keep it down low because I just don't want all of them to know. And she said, oh baby, keep it down low because I just don't want all of them to know. Keep your eyes on me, don't let me breathe. Keep your eyes on me, don't let me breathe. I can't believe that you're slipping away, that I got my shot and then I gave it away. I can't believe that you're running away because I know you're probably like this anyway. And she said, oh baby, keep it down low because I just don't want all of them to know. And she said, oh baby, keep it down low.
Now that we've looked at a few waves together and I mentioned that the Raven has that medium exit rocker, it's really important that we pair it with the right fins. We got great waves for this review. And a lot of the times we were surfing head-high waves and bigger. With that medium exit rocker, it's going to have great traction off the bottom and in the pocket for nice critical turns. And I like to pair it with a fin that has a lot of rake. That's going to do a few things for me. The rake template's going to really tone the board down. It's going to make it a little bit tighter. So when I'm cruising at a pretty quick speed because of the energy in the wave, I want control off the bottom. Now, a rake template will also draw out your turn a little bit. And for me, I'm not really thinking draw out my turn. I like a rake template with medium exit rocker because it gives me more drive on my bottom turns. I'm always working on flow. I want to maximize speed going down, come off the bottom, look to the top, hit my section, come down, and I would love for my surfing to be seamless. Now, there is something special that we did in the design with the Momentum Series Rake template. I want to talk about who I am as a surfer. 90% of the time, I ride a large fin. I'm addicted to speed. So a large fin has a wide base. And when I put the board on rail, let's say a bottom turn, that wide base is giving me traction and it's offering resistance. And when I go into that bottom turn, the more resistance I feel, the harder I will push and the board will squirt with speed. Okay, now a large fin also has more fin depth in the water. And we've got to think about this. For a guy my weight at 160, the deeper the fin goes into the water, the more drag it has. So I thought, man, let's hybridize a large fin and a medium fin. So I kept the large base on the Momentum Series design, and I went for a medium fin depth. So now we're removing drag, and we've got the large base to maximize drive, and with less fin in the water, it's gonna feel fast and loose. And that's exactly how it felt under my feet. I think one of the most important things is that us surfers always talk about how things feel. And when you tell a friend, or you're feeling the board underfoot and you're like, man, it's fast and loose and it's got maximum drive off the bottom. These are key components for me. Now, when you buy the Momentum Series rake template, it comes with 4 fins. For me, it's really important that when we surf 3 foot and bigger waves, I wanna ride it maybe with maximum control, and I want my center fin to match in size with my side fins, right? And then when the waves get smaller and I want to push this board around in like maybe 2 to 3 foot surf, because that's appropriate on the Raven, is I want a smaller center fin. So it comes with a smaller center fin. It's roughly 7% smaller than this fin. And you think, man, it doesn't sound like much of a difference. But just the subtleties and the change in the fin, when you make it smaller, it makes it even looser and the board a bit more playful. And in small waves, I want the board to fit in a small pocket, and I want to have more fun in getting that tail free. Now on the FCS2, I ran the large Kolohe Andinos. It's one of my favorite in the FCS2 lineup. Check out these waves. Now that we've seen a few waves, the Kolohe Andinos in the Raven felt great too. Still getting good drive coming off the bottom, board's feeling fast and loose. One of the things I like about Kolohe's fin, it's not a really big, large fin. So for a guy my size, I feel like I'm maximizing drive. I have good control. Now, one of the things I will mention is that we were running both boards in similar size surf. And the Raven was pretty much designed for that 3 to 6 foot surf, more of a daily driver slash high performance shortboard. And I would call it a high performance shortboard for Southern California. And even though we rode some head high and bigger waves, I never felt like we kind of hit the ceiling on it. Because of the fins I chose and the exit rocker, I had great traction and excellent performance. Now, on the Momentum Series rake template, we're making them in the 2 tab. So for you guys that have the FCS2 plugs, this will work. You'll just need the inserts. You guys will love it. So let's look at some waves together. Beautiful left here, nice bottom turn, solid top turn. One of the things I liked is it consistently had good spray coming off the board. And I also liked it had the polyurethane foam with the epoxy resin. Now I can't say it felt like an epoxy, but I did notice that there was a little extra zip in my turns at times. So nice little roundhouse. Here's the pop I'm talking about right there. It's throwing good spray. Look at the speed on this little wave on the Raven. Now this last wave, nice little carve, but I really like the drive I was getting through my cutbacks. Now another thing I like is Haydenshapes stock dimensions. We've been talking about the Raven. I got it in 5'8", 25.2 liters. I could even go up a size at 5'9", at just over 26. And I mentioned that because across the whole lineup of board designs, Hayden consistently gives me stock dimensions that work for me. So we've got the Holy Grail coming in at 5'6", and then we've got the Untitled at 5'7". I believe the white noise that I reviewed was 5'8" and 5'9". So most other manufacturers with a high performance shortboard, they're coming in about 5'10" for me. And with that kind of length, I'm only going to ride it when the waves get pretty big. And in SoCal, that might just be a couple times a year. I like the boards to be a little bit shorter to fit in that tight pocket, and he's giving me tons of options here. Now, I mentioned the different board designs by Haydenshapes, and they're all made for roughly the same wave range. So, Raven 3 to 6 foot surf, roughly the same on the Holy Grail Untitled White Noise, right? So here's the thing, how do they differ from each other? So I would say this Raven kind of is that top to bottom high performance board with really good speed, and I would say this would be a great board for guys that are on the QS, and for the intermediate surfer that wants to go to advance, this is a great board for that. That swallowtail and its simple design with that medium exit rocker gives great traction. Now the Holy Grail has a wider tail block. That's going to give me, my surface area is going to give me more get up and go speed down the line, right? But it's not going to have the traction or hold that I'm getting from the Raven. Now the Untitled, how does it differ from these two? It's got the wing, right? Even though it's 5'7", that little wing breaks the water off the rail line and gives me something to pivot off of. Now, if we're going to talk about the white noise, I would say it's a bit more user-friendly than the Raven, and it's going to give you intermediate guys a little bit more glide, a little bit more stable. It kind of feels like it has less exit rocker. So I know he's creating a lot of boards within the same wave range, but they don't surf anything alike. Well guys, I hope you enjoyed today's review on the Raven by Haydenshapes. Look, if you like the show, subscribe, ring the bell so you don't miss an episode, and if you like our content, give us a thumbs up. Special shout out thanks to Hayden for sending these boards down for review, and until next time, we'll see you in the water. Bye-bye.